I'm looking at the sun. I see the strong force axis, the x-axis. It's a beam of light from the center, where I'm standing, to a point on the circumference of the z-plane. So it's relative to the z-plane. So I'm seeing equatorial, mine, against ecliptic, the sun's. So x-axis ecliptic, z-axis plane, equatorial. So equatorial, rotating, round planet, let's go round planet rotating, an equatorial plane. Can you see that? It's got a y-axis. So the orbital plane I'm discussing now is the y-axis of that z plane, and that's the vector axis. It's the E with a hat on it, Euler's vector axis, rigid body axis theorem. So you can go back and I'll show the ecliptic plane. It's interesting. Euler proves that any infinitesimal displacement of a rigid body results in one rotation at the center with a vector axis, because angular momentum is conserved. That's the rule. So you end up with angular momentum and a vector, those two things. So we now change the rule and we say that any infinitesimal displacement of the vector axis results in one rotation of the system, because the rule is nothing can be conserved, energy must be created. How is that energy created? From the water being added. The mass energy is added. So the matrix is increased. The strength of the EI, the strength of the matrix, must increase to enable the entry of this new mass, another piece of water. It's elastic modulus, but it's plastic modulus. So up here, look at Young's modulus, elastic, necking, the yield point, plastic, stops. So we're the other way around. Where the plastic stops and you see it breaks and the strength is gone, the strength is created and you can now go back. So I'm saying infinitesimal change on the vector axis is the twist that creates the plastic modulus of water. Plastic is an entity. It's squishy. Yeah. How squishy is it? Let's see. So we squish it and it remains plastic in this section, and then suddenly it yields. Oh wow, we're into the motion. We've squished it. We've now got it two-dimensional. And there's Lewe, the yin-yang, 2 dimensions. That must be 3 dimensions. Pop. And that's now the size of it. And that's now elastic, because if I compress that at all, it'll always go back to where it was. Elastic. Pure elastic. Where does that come from? From the energy of the plastic. Where does that come from? From the infinitesimal change on the vector axis. Where does that come from? From the I, the bending moment. So the final bending moment is the greatest mass moment in this incredible system of masses. The greatest mass moment is the smallest one. And what's the smallest one? I think, therefore I am. I am. And it's the language that we speak, and the construction of our mathematics and our syntax. that we're into. It's our language. Our language is what is the greatest mass moment. Shakespeare enabled a world to be constructed on a language because he understood this. His soliloquies were his journey into himself, and he made stories out of these journeys and told them to you, to us, and built a culture from a language. That's us. That's I. We are our culture. We are what we participate in. What do we bring to our culture? How much love, how much heart do we bring to our culture to make our world the place that it should be, to express the love of I? So you see, physics, and anyone who's in any doubt now about what's happening, that the corruption that's been taken, so much of our knowledge has been stolen from us, from Homo sapiens, from our consciousness, and sucked away by this cancer of the future. It's causing cancer back here in us. The light gets in, and the truth must come out, and the truth has come out, and it's come out because it isn't corrupted. So I'm given this information because I am not my ego. I know my ego. I have none. I've achieved it. I achieved what I set out to do, to heal my narcissism, and at any cost. That is your journey. At any cost, because then you are safe, really safe, because you're loved. I think. But who do I think I am? Welcome to New Earth.